Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? We hope that you and your family are fine and enjoying good health. Dear students, attend your virtual classes and do your homework regularly. Dear students, it's your English book, so get your English. Dear students, in our previous class, we have started the reading of unit number 1. And what is the title of unit number 1? Jamil is ashamed. Dear students, in our previous reading, in our previous class, we have completed the reading of this unit. Today, we are going to solve the exercise of this chapter. Okay, let's open page number 9. Dear student, first you have to write the different dictation words. Then the second activity is of answer the following question. What do you learn about Mr. Jamil's handkerchief? After the reading of this unit, what do you learn about the Mr. Jamil handkerchief? Now, let's look at the answer of this question. Mr. Jamil had a big red spotted handkerchief which he always wore in his front coat pocket. The handkerchief was stuck out a little from his pocket and thus was easy to notice. So this is the answer of question number 1. So kindly note this question by pausing this video. Let's move toward the question number 2. Question number 2 is, when and where did Mr. Jamil realize that his handkerchief was not there in his pocket? कब उन्हें एहसास हुआ कि उनकी पॉकेट में हैंडकरचीफ नहीं है? Now let's read the answer of this question. One morning, Mr. Jamil was going along the road. He wanted his handkerchief to sneeze into it, but it was not there in his pocket. So students, at that time he realized that he lost his handkerchief. Let's move toward the third question. Third question is, how did Mr. Jamil go about finding his handkerchief? वो कैसे और कहाँ गए अपने हैंडकरचीफ के ढूंढने के लिए? Here is the question number 3. Mr. Jamil felt in his pocket for handkerchief first. पहले तो उन्होंने अपनी पॉकेट में देखा. When he did not find it there, जब उन्हें वो वहाँ नहीं मिला, he started to blame others for taking it. उन्होंने दूसरों पे इल्ज़ाम लगाना शुरू कर दिया कि तुमने ये लिया है. He even made them turn out their pockets to make sure that had not kept it. उन्होंने यहाँ तक लोगों की जेब की तलाशियाँ तक ले ली कि क्या पता उन्होंने जेब में रख लिया हो. This is your question number 3. So note question number 3. Let's move toward the question number 4. And the question number 4 is, Mr. Jamil willing to lend his handkerchief to others? If yes, give evidence from the text. Dear student, this question is for you. And give the evidence कि अगर हाँ उन्हें लोगों की पॉकेट्स को देखना चाहिए था, अगर देखना चाहिए था yes, तो आपने एविडेंस देना है. This question is for you. Do by yourself at your home. Let's move toward the question number 5. For what purpose was the red spotted handkerchief used by different people in the story? अब हमने बताना है कि मुख्तलिफ तरह के लोगों ने किस तरह उसको यूज़ करते थे, हैंडकरचीफ को उससे लेकर यूज़ किया. So students, here is the answer. हारिस ने क्यों लिया था? हारिस borrowed the handkerchief to wipe some spots of his coat. Hanif used it to wave his aunt. Naim took it to polish his silver watch chain, and Salim popped it over his head. So 4 people, 4 लोगों ने उससे लिया था. हारिस ने लिया था किस लिए? To wipe some spots of his coat. हनीफ ने क्यों लिया? टू वीव हिज आंट. नईम ने क्यों लिया? took it polish his silver watch. And सलीम ने क्यों दिया? To pop it is our head, कि आपने उसने सर पर बांधना था. Okay, let's move toward the question number 6. And the question number 6 is, what is the proper way to find something misplaced instead of blaming others? क्या एक अच्छा तरीका है कि अगर आपको कोई चीज़ गुम जाती है तो आप दूसरों पे ब्लेमिंग करना शुरू कर दें? नहीं, ये अच्छा तरीका नहीं है. इसी जगह हमें क्या करना चाहिए? Yes, you should search for a misplaced thing. सबसे पहले तो आपको उस जगह पे तलाश करना चाहिए जहाँ पे आपने इसको घुमाया था. Before blaming others to avoid embarrassment, you can also ask others to ask you find it. They can help you recall where you put it. फिर दूसरों के साथ हेल्प लेनी चाहिए, वो फिर आपको याद कराएंगे कि आपने इसको कहाँ रखा था, लास्ट टाइम कहाँ पे यूज़ किया था. दिस इज़ द प्रॉपर वे टू फाइंड आउट योर थिंग्स. So student, follow this way and write the question number 6. Let's move toward the question number 7. And the question number 7 is, why was Mr. Jamil ashamed? Mr. Jamil क्यों शर्मिंदा हो गए? So here is the answer. Mr. Jamil was ashamed because he blamed others for taking his handkerchief while it was nearly tied round his knee. क्या उन्होंने दूसरों पर इल्ज़ाम लगाना शुरू कर दिया था कि आपने मेरा ले लिया है, हालांकि उन्होंने उसको खुद ही अपनी नी पर बांधा हुआ था. So this moment was very embarrassing for Mr. Jamil. Okay, let's move toward the B part, and here is your B part. For each word, write the letter of the correct definition. Now we are going to write the correct definition, and this is sometime match the column type. Proud, P-R-O-U-D, proud. Proud mean pleased and satisfied. So write here D. Proud, D. This is D part, and this part is the correct one. Correct definition of proud. फख्र महसूस करना, pleased and satisfied. Next one is sneeze. Sneeze. Let's find out the definition of sneeze from the definitions portion. Sneeze, feeling sorry and guilt. Think, pleased and satisfied. Joint to or tie in something. A row of bushes along the edge of a red. And number G. Okay. Sneeze, to have air come suddenly out from your nose. कि आपके नोज से अचानक हवा आती है और आपको छींक सी आ जाती है, इसको हम sneeze कहते हैं. So write here H. This one is H portion. ठीक है. Anxiously. Anxiously परेशानी को बोलते हैं, तो anxiously, worriedly. Anxiously, worriedly. So write here A. This one is correct option A. Lend, किसी से कोई चीज़ उधार लेना, तो lend, I part, to let something use, to let somebody use something that belongs to you, जो आपसे बिलोंग करती है और आप किसी को दे दें यूज़ करने के लिए. So lend, I, right here I in the answer portion. This is the answer portion for you. So write these alphabets and these blanks. Okay, let's move toward the next word, that is not, K-N-O-T. Not, K is silent here, and the correct answer is joint or tie in something. Joint or tie in something. So E answer is correct one. Fuss, fuss, J part is correct here. Look at the J part. J part is to get upset, usually unnecessarily. So fuss means upset. Let's move to seventh part, and seventh one is hedge. Dear student, hedge. What is hedge? A row of bushes along the edge of a road. Okay, so this is F answer is the correct one. Suppose, suppose, to have come suddenly out from your nose. No, this is not one. Suppose, E part, and E one is joint. Sorry, C part. Suppose, think. Suppose, think. So C1 is the correct one. Bandage. Bandage हम पट्टी को भी बोलते हैं. And the definition of bandage is a strip of cloth, कपड़े का एक strip, to put around the injured part. जो कि हम injured part की इर्द गिर्द लगाते हैं उसको हम bandage बोलते हैं. Let's move toward the 8th one. 10th one, ashamed. Ashamed, B part, feeling sorry and guilt. Here is the meaning of ashamed. What is ashamed? Feeling sorry and guilt. Feeling sorry and guilt. So right here, which part? B part is your correct answer. So ashamed, B. Ashamed, B. So my dear students, complete B part at your book. Okay, write the question answer on your notebook and B part on your book. Now let's move toward the C1. Use lend and borrow. Okay, आपने lend और borrow का word use करना है. Lend का meaning अभी अभी हमने पढ़ा. Lend means to give something to someone for period of a time. कुछ वक्त के लिए किसी को कोई चीज़ दे देना, उसका मतलब होता है lend. It means उधार दे देना. मिस्टर जमील lent the handkerchief to हारिस. मिस्टर जमील ने हारिस को अपना रुमाल दिया, उधार दिया थोड़ी देर के. borrow. borrow भी लेने को कहते हैं. borrow means to receive something which belongs to someone else and to use it for a period of a time. कि आप किसी से किसी की कोई चीज़ लें और उसको थोड़ी देर के लिए यूज़ करें और फिर उसको वो वापस कर दें. इट्स मीन borrow. Okay. Here is the exercise for you. Now we are going to use the word borrow and lend. Okay, first, if you need a pen, I can dash one in you. If you need a pen, I can dash one to you. Okay, so right here lend, L-E-N-D, lend. Lend one is your correct answer. So right here lend. Can I dash a book? Can I borrow your book? Can I borrow your book? So right here borrow, B-O-R-R-O-W. Has he returned the stapler you dash him? Lent him, L-E-N-T. Right here lent. Number 4. She let me dash her car to go to the shop. She let me borrow her car. So right here borrow. She let me borrow her car to go to the shop. They had to dash the money from the bank. They had to borrow the money. So right here borrow. I have learned never to dash my book. I have learned never to lend my book. L-E-N-D, lend my book. You are allowed to dash 5 books from the library at a time. You are allowed to borrow 5 books from the library at a time. Okay, again I repeat all the statements for you. Please listen to me carefully. If you need a pen, I can dash one to you. I can lend one to you. Can I borrow your book? Has he returned the stapler you lent him? She let me borrow her car to go to the shops. They had to dash the money from a bank. She had to borrow the money from the bank. I have learned never to lend my books. You are allowed to borrow 5 books from the library at a time. So students, here is the answer. So take a screenshot of this answer and complete the blanks on your book. Now my dear students, let's move toward the D part of this exercise, and D part contains a word meaning. Use these phrases to bring out their meaning. Stick out, turn out, turn up, look for, go about, follow. Dear student, this question is for your assignment. So search the meaning of these words and write those meanings on your neat notebook. I repeated my statements here. Dear students, this part is for your homework. So search all these words from your dictionary and write the meanings of these words on your neat notebook. Let's move toward the E part. E part. E part, we use must be and must have. Often we use these type of two words. One is must be, M-U-S-T, must be, and other word must have. Okay, dear student, let's know that what are the meaning of these two words. We use must be or must have to say that something is likely or logically. Two words, likely कि कोई चीज़ अगर आप पसंद कर रहे हैं तब आप वर्ड यूज़ करते हैं दिस टाइप ऑफ, एंड लॉजिकली, और अगर आपको कहीं पे लॉजिकल पेश करना है, कोई सबूत पेश करना है, तब आप ये दो वर्ड्स यूज़ करते हैं. ओके, लेट्स रीड दिस पैराग्राफ. हियर एग्जांपल इज गिवन टू यू. Somebody must have taken it. Okay. It is very likely that somebody have stolen it. यानी वो सोच रहा है कि किसी ने उसका जो रुमाल है वो स्टोल कर दिया है, स्टील कर दिया है, चोरी कर दिया है. Okay. So students, here the word must have is used for which purpose? For likely purpose. Suppose a friend of yours has lost this pocket dictionary at the canteen. Help your friend find the dictionary as Mr. Jamil's friend helped him to find his red spotted handkerchief. Use the following expression to help you to do the task. Somebody must have taken it. Yes, somebody at the canteen turned out your pocket. So students, here is a task for you. जैसे कि मिस्टर जमील की हेल्प की उसके दोस्तों ने उसका रुमाल ढूंढने के लिए. तो लेट अस सपोज दैट कि अगर आपका एक दोस्त है, उसकी कैंटीन में पॉकेट डिक्शनरी गिर गई है पॉकेट से. अब आपने उसको हेल्प करनी है और आप उसको किस तरह हेल्प करेंगे. सो स्टूडेंट्स, योर टास्क इज नाउ राइट डाउन द कन्वर्सेशंस बिटवीन यू एंड योर फ्रेंड. आपने और अपने दोस्त के दरमियान जो कन्वर्सेशन हुई टू फाइंड आउट द डिक्शनरी. तो सो स्टूडेंट, राइट द 10 approximately 10 lines on you and yours friends conversation. Now student, let's move toward the next topic. There is the topic homophones. Dear students, let's know what are homophones. Dear students, sometimes we use two types of words having same pronunciation but different meaning and spelling. Just like if you write two words there and there and with different spelling, T-H-E-I-R, there, and T-H-E-R-E, there. Dear students, have you seen here the two words having the different spelling? दोनों लफ्ज़ों के स्पेलिंग तो चेंज हैं, having the different meaning, और मीनिंग भी चेंज है, but both words having the same pronunciation. लेकिन दोनों की जो pronunciation है वो सेम है. So this type of words are also called or known as homophones. What? Homophones. Okay, let's repeat this concept. Words that sound the same are called homophones. ऐसे words जिनकी आवाज़ एक जैसी है उनको हम homophones कहते हैं. Again, I am going to repeat this definition. Words that sound the same are called homophones. Dear students, learn this definition. For example, the two words as we discussed earlier, there, dear. Use the following in sentences of your own. Okay, here some words are given to you and your task is to write the sentences of these words. Flour, flour. Flour means atta. Flower, flower. Flower means pool. Just like you make the sentence of flower. I like to smell flowers. I like rose flower. And flour, we eat flour daily in the form of roti. You can also make your own sentences here. Where are you going? Where? Do you wear coat? Do you like to wear coat? Fair, where? And where? Your. This is basically the short form of you are. You are my good friend. Okay, this is your book. This is your book. यहाँ पे आप ये वर्ड यूज कर सकते हैं सेंटेंस. सेंट खुशबू है और ये भेजने वाला सेंट है. विच ये विच जो है वो बुरी औरत के लिए यूज होता है, जैसे चुड़ैल वगैरह. और ये जो विच है यहाँ पे आप वर्ड यूज लगा सकते हो. इन दिस विच इज योर फेवरेट फूड. ओके, so dear students, complete the sentences of these homophones at your home as your homework. Let's move toward the next page, and this is the page number 11. Now have a look on this page. Okay, my dear students, in our grammar portion we are going to learn about the subject and predicate. Again, subject and predicate. Okay, have a look on the definition of subject. The part of sentence which contains the things or persons we are talking about are called subject. Dear students, if we write a statement just like she sings a beautiful song. Again, she sings a beautiful song. So there are two parts of this sentence. She sings a beautiful song. Here is a statement for you. Sentence, she sings a beautiful song. So dear students, this sentence having two parts. One is subject, and who sings the song? She. And क्या गाया? गाना गाया. The remaining part of the sentence is predicate. So remember this concept. जो सेंटेंस में काम कर रहा होता है वो होता है सब्जेक्ट, और जो काम किया जा रहा होता है उसको हम प्रेडिकेट का लफ्ज़ कहते हैं, प्रेडिकेट का वर्ड कहते हैं. ओके, द पार्ट ऑफ सेंटेंस विच कंटेन्स द थिंग और अ पर्सन. सेंटेंस का वो हिस्सा जहाँ पे थिंग हो या फिर पर्सन के बारे में बात की जा रही हो, we are talking about it, is called subject. The remaining part, जो पीछे पार्ट रह जाता है, the remaining part of a sentence is called the predicate. उसको हम predicate का word कहते हैं. Here are two examples. This is the subject. She sings a song. She is a subject. Sings a song is predicate. They were jumping off a bridge. They is subject, and were jumping off a bridge predicate. Now my dear students, here is a practice for you. So students, here we are going to bracket the subject and underline the predicate. Okay dear students, let's find the subject in this statement. He ran out of the house. He. So bracket this portion he, because it is a subject. So bracket this, ran out the house, underline this statement, and this is your predicate. Again, bracket the subject. Here the subject is he. So put the bracket around he. Ran out of the house. So ran out of the house is predicate. So underline the sentence ran out of the house. Suddenly the noise of the running we heard. Okay, students, which is the subject here? What is the subject here? So, students, which is subject and predicate? Let us find. Suddenly the noise of the running we heard. Okay, the subject is we and the remaining part is predicate. Every day we take exercise. We again is subject and every day take exercise, यानी take exercise को आप अंडरलाइन करेंगे, ये हमारा predicate होगा. Fish swim. Who swim? Fish swim. Okay. Fish is the subject and swim is the predicate. Tariq and Iqbal walk to the room. Work in the room. So students, Tariq and Iqbal is your subject. So bracket these two words. Work in the room is the predicate. So underline this statement. Dear student, complete the remaining part by yourself. And this is your homework. So students, today we have completed the chapter number 1, the exercise of chapter number 1. Dear students, complete all the question answers and the word sentences and word meanings and the book work at your home. So students, have a look on these important points. Where do you live? Is the in the above statement you is the subject. देखिए पूछा जा रहा है कि आप कहाँ रहते हैं. अब कौन कहाँ रहता है? आप. So you is the subject here. Next statement is where do you live in the is the predicate. There are 2 reasons for his failure. Okay, 2 reasons is subject and there are for his failure is predicate. So students, I hope that you have understood today's lecture. Dear students, complete all the tasks that are assigned to you in 2 days and share the picture of your homework at school's WhatsApp number. That's all for today. See you next time. Take care, stay home, stay safe and Allah Hafiz.